Welcome to the It's Beyond Me podcast. I'm your host, Freddie T.
Andre.
And today we're going to discuss the topic on hand, which is Blueface.
Man, that ninja right there.
He went and knocked her up. He did it! Now he's stuck with her for 18 years!
18 years. You think he really did it, though?
I think he did.
He said 10 dudes was hitting it.
Right. 10 imaginary dudes. Dude, she's being followed by cameras for 6-7 months. And the only person she's around almost all the time is you. When does she have time to go and do anything else? Blueface is all about him. Everything revolves around Blueface.
Hey, maybe he a real pimp. He got his PhD.
Nah, let's be for real. Who the hell wants to hook up with a chick who's got a whole bunch of tattoos of another dude all over her neck?
He said, the OnlyFans, 5 bands, hit it real quick.
Yeah,
10 bands, you hit it without the condom.
So a person hitting it and looking at her face of Blueface smiling. Nah, man, out the hazard, man. People are tripping. And then on top of that, she's missing a tooth, man.
She bad if you look from the back. if you on the back side, she look normal.
Well, you're looking at a picture of Blueface.
Oh,
she got like how many tattoos of Blueface? Like 4, 5?
5. That's just art. A little graffiti.
And then she has a crappy attitude. I'm not trying to be mean. Both of them have bad attitudes. I just feel Blueface is very overrated.
But, she is his cash cow at the moment.
Because he's overrated. The man ain't released nothing good since.
But all his views, 100K, 100 mil,
Yeah, but every chance that he had to bounce back, like when him and her went with Aiden Ross, if they had played that one real well, they would have had followers for days, right?
And then the Kai situation.
And then they disrespected Aiden. Then they went to Kai, which would have been the rebuttal, another way of you guys bouncing back from the mistake you guys made. They went and did the same thing again when they disrespected Kai. People can say they didn't, but you go to another man's house, you go and start throwing chairs around, you start acting ignorant, y'all just act like y'all ain't house trained. They really give black people a bad name because they make us seem like we just don't know how to act.
Yeah.
And then when he's being interviewed on the No Jumper podcast, he's saying, oh, well, he blames it all on her parents. No, bro, I blame it on you because you went and told her that it's okay to act like a fool. And you act like a fool too, and you enable her because you want to look like you're the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he does it. He sits there and sits back and just lets her act a fool, and then he's like, oh my God, I don't know why she's being like that.
He's really smart, though. He's a very Catholic. He played quarterback for a reason.
He's a narcissist.
I think he's a little sociopathic, but, agree to disagree,
Either way, the guy is freaking crazy. That's the way I look at it. Because at the end of the day, he wants to seem like a good guy. Firstly, this is my thing with Blueface. I never really liked his rap, so I'm biased to start off with.
You didn't like it? The Bleed It?
I'll put it like this. He had a couple good songs. Don't get it wrong.
No, he didn't.
But at the same time, he's not lyrical because he can never rap on a beat.
Yeah.
He's always it's more like he just raps whatever he says and they try and lace a beat around it. Let's be for real. He's not your typical rapper. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, I think he thinks he's the greatest rapper ever. He sucks. And then on top of that, his rap career wasn't that great for him to act like the way he acts. And then he's going to have the audacity to go and talk crap to a whole bunch of people saying that, oh, he's better than this. And he's like, oh, Drake is a fan. Drake is not a fan, bro. He's just looking at how stupid you can be.
I mean, Drake is always looking for, potential talent. And I think he, grazed Drake's radar because he was in the industry. Because that's what Drake is. He likes looking at up-and-coming talent.
Yeah.
He done come up and fell back down.
Yeah, that man then came up, saw him, fell down. Now he hasn't come back. He doesn't want to rap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't want to rap if I was underneath 7 different people.
I mean, he might as well sign the act. Sign the DJ Academics.
He'll see more money if he did that.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. When it all comes down to it, he was stupid because when they spoke to him about his contract and he was saying that he's under Cash Money, but he's under Cash Money West, which is under you got 2 labels And then you got Cash Money, which is the parent one. That's 3 labels. Then you're under Cash Money West, and you're under Whack 100. So you're underneath like 4 or 5 other dudes before you even see a paycheck.
Yeah.
You're in that's the worst deal I've ever seen.
I mean, that's how most rappers' deals are nowadays. They're under a record label, under a label, under, you know.
Yeah, but this is they're under a label, which is underneath another label. They're not under a label that's underneath 2 other labels that's underneath 2 other brothers. You feel me? Like he pretty much, if he gets if there's $3 million made, he might see 30 grand if he's lucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much where it sits now. And then on top of that is he has this whole persona. He's worse than the Island Boys because he wants to make it seem like he's just rich and making all this money. Bro, you're not going on tour. You're not doing any shows. All you're doing is just walking around acting like a fool with this clown that you call a girlfriend. Like, come on, dude. Oh, my bad. Now she's his baby mama. She about to have twins. But he says
twins is crazy.
He says it's not his. She was messing with 10 other dudes. Oh, she's messing with 10 other dudes, but every time anybody sees her, she's with you.
Yeah.
Well, who? She's messing with Blueface. What's his government name? Whatever his government name is.
Yeah.
And Mr. Blueface times 10. Come on now, man. The only person she talks about is Blueface. That's the only person she cares about.
Yeah. And he's known her since he hosted that little ghetto TV show.
Exactly. And then at the same time, everybody makes him, boosts him up and says, oh, he's a good entrepreneur and all this. Dude, if you were so good with money, why is it your house is on foreclosure, bro? If you're making all that money, you're buying all these gold chains on one and leasing. If you're making all that money, why did you have to get your jeweler's name tattooed on your hand? Just so free advertising so you can get free jewelry? Come on, man. We all know that game. That man ain't got no money, no talent, and he ain't going nowhere. It is what it is. The best thing he has is Krishan Rock. At the end of the day, that it's that vibe song is pretty decent. Yeah. That's the best it's gonna do. But honestly, they could have done better.
In my opinion, both the rap careers suck. I feel like the best hope is the drama that they create because they hit the Shade Room every week now, every day.
Well, they had the reality TV show that was gonna bring them in some money, but they acting stupid. The problem with them is they act so dumb that people get tired of hearing about them. They always fighting. Right now, she got into a fight with her hairdresser. She's pregnant, and you're out here getting into fights.
Yeah.
And then when you have a miscarriage, all of a sudden, you're going to be like, oh, my God. But yet, everything you're doing, you're not acting like a lady.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see what he sees in her. She's not ladylike. I don't see what she sees in him. He doesn't respect her family.
Mm-hmm.
Not that her family is much to be adored. I mean, they did try and rob the dude, so...
yeah.
But
he hit that weed game. That weed game was crazy.
And then on top of that, it's like, I don't see what he sees in her because she doesn't respect his family too. Both of them are not good people in my eyes. They don't have anything that a person can sit there and look at and say, oh, I want to be like them. I know I don't want to be like them.
Mm-hmm.
I look at them and I'm like,
how are they together? That's why I wonder, like, what's holding them down?
I personally thought it was just a business deal. I really did not think that these people were really into each other. Mm-hmm. Because I know he's not really into her. Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, that fool is he just wants somebody who's going to worship him like he's an idol because he's not worth anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he got. He got her done.
I mean,
no, dude. She something is not right about that girl. Something needs to be medicated.
I thought she didn't have a father. That's why she was, looking for a father figure.
The thing is, she gave us a whole sob story on the song, and we all ate it up, and everybody felt bad for it. But then at the end of the day, it doesn't discount the way she disrespects people. The way she disrespected Kai. At first, I was like, when she disrespected Aiden, I was like, oh, maybe they're a little turned out. Things happen. And Aiden handled it like a true champ. I give him props.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to Kai, and Kai's trying to handle it as nice as possible. But they were just straight up disrespectful.
And it's live. You can't even
And it's live. And I'm looking at them, honestly, I looked at them like they're disrespectful as hell. If I was anybody, I would not invite them to any show. Mm-hmm. And then No Jumper invites them, and I'm looking at them like, why? Why did you invite these classless people?
Well, No Jumper is desperate for rappers to show up to the show because no rapper wants to go to No Jumper.
He's not really an A-list rapper. He's a has-been.
But he can't even get has-beens to show up.
He's not even a has-been really, because at the end of the day, how many CDs did he have that actually sold platinum?
He had a couple actually.
Sold platinum?
Yeah.
No, I think he had one CD sell platinum.
No, I think he had like 3.
No, he had
Bleed It?
No, actually, I think he had songs that hit platinum.
Yeah.
But he's never had an actual whole CD sell platinum.
Probably.
No. Because the man doesn't really have... I'm not trying to be mean to Blueface, but he's not that much of an artist. When you sit there and you say, I tell you, name 20 hot songs that were on the Billboard that Blueface did, you can probably name maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'll give you that. He doesn't have like...
He doesn't have
he's
he's
no Kendrick Lamar.
He's no Kendrick. He's no Kodak. He's no Kevin Gates. He's no Eminem. He's nowhere close. He likes to think he is.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to think that he is the face of the West. But no, he will never be like Kendrick. He will never be like Snoop.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, to him, I mean...
Even YG's doing a little better.
YG's doing way better than he is.
Yeah.
Honestly, to him, he lost me. Because at first, I was actually hoping that he was going to do something. Because I was like, maybe he'll be a nice, fresh face. You know, the West, it's been a while since Nipsey died. It's like, the West doesn't really have a face.
Yeah, and Roddy kind of fell off too, though.
And that's the problem. The problem that's there is they don't really have one. This is because Kendrick is a strange person. He doesn't release CDs every year.
Yeah.
He's like once every few years. He's an artist.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can describe him. But whereas they need somebody who's just gonna keep on coming with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like he tries too hard to be hard. He tries too hard to be a player. Tries too hard to be pimp-like. I just think he just makes the West look like they try too damn hard.
But I feel like every rapper, each state has a rapper that went on a run. You know, and he never had a run.
He never had a run. The thing is, he was lazy. The minute he got some fame, he let it get to his head, and he stopped. He wanted to make money. It's all cool to make money off other ways, but remember what brought you there.
Yeah.
What brought you there is the music. People will watch your show and whatever as long as the music is being pumped out. He wanted to pull a Walker where you make a whole bunch of music, you make a whole bunch of money, you invest it and get out. But the problem is, Walker actually knew what he was doing. He had an idea of what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
This idiot didn't know what the hell he was doing. He thought he was going to turn into a reality star. Okay, bro, you got a couple of deals. You got people to want to invest money into you. But that doesn't even, honestly, to everybody, it doesn't mean it's going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So the project could end up being shelved. And right now, none of the shows, none of the stuff he's been doing has been like where you can be like, oh my God, that's a good show. Oh, I like that show. Like, no.
But I feel like rap in general, there's not much quality performance in rap. You know? The most you get is them jumping in the crowd and you're like, oh shit, they jumped in the crowd.
Yeah, but that's just in general. In general, there hasn't been, ever since, the last rapper who was considered technically a rapper was MC Hammer, who actually did shows where you have dancers and everything.
I feel like DMX.
Majority of rap. Well, DMX used to put on a show.
Yeah, like DMX concerts are crazy.
Realistically, MC Hammer's the one who started it because he was the one who had the background dancers. Before you go to a concert and the rapper just gets on the front and he does the thing and to put your hands up and go like this and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that. You can get the crowd thumping. You can get them doing stuff. But the whole issue that's there is Blueface won't sell out a stadium.
Yeah.
Even in his home state. I'll keep it 1,000. He won't. People can say all they want, and I hope they get in the comments and argue with me on it. I'll say, prove it. He can't sell a stadium. It's hard to fill a stadium. That's what people fail to understand.
But Lil Uzi's not even filling out stadium.
That's what I'm saying, but he can't even fill a nightclub.
True.
It's trash.
Lil Uzi ain't trash. All right. That's controversial. Uzi is not trash.
We'll get onto Little Uzi later. But on this situation,
Uzi's the GOAT. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with the boy.
On this situation, I'm just being. We're talking about, we're talking about Mr. Blueface.
Yeah, Mr. Blueface himself. I don't like this out. Help. See me blink twice. Yeah, I'm playing with Uzi now.
No,
I just
I'm
want to
just being real.
rock. Come on now.
No, man.
Push me to the edge.
No.
Come on.
That was his last good song.
What?
Yeah.
Because I got neon guts. Come on now. He had a lot of bangers.
No.
He had a lot of
I'm just saying. I'm talking about Mr. Jonathan Jamil Porter over here. You know, I'll call him by his government name, Mr. Porter over here. In my eyes, has not shown me anything to equate him or put him on the same level as Tupac, like he likes to say he is.
He said that.
No yes, way. He was in that.
No way, Sway.
If I'm not mistaken, he said it and then he said it was a joke because remember him and his freshman class.
You know what? Blueface might be more like Joe Budden though. One hit song, reality TV, and just give him a podcast.
Joe actually.
He had one hit song.
He had one real big song.
Pump it up. Come on.
But at the same time, Joe Budden, what people fail to understand, the only reason Joe Budden never released another CD, because remember he had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
He had
and Blueface will have a nervous breakdown when these three triplets come out looking like him.
Joe has revamped himself.
He knows this.
He's done the podcast. You know, he's the podcast king. We ain't gonna lie. That man has had how many podcast shows, and they've all been fired.
Yeah.
Now, Blueface has had how many shows, and they've all been trash. I'm just saying.
I mean, technically, good publicity and bad publicity sells the same.
No, not really, because after a while, people just get tired of your BS. Let's be for real.
But he's still making the Shade Room. That's like Hollywood to them. That might as well be
to D-list actors. Shade Room Hollywood. I'm just being real. Make CNN, make Fox, make any real news. You know.
I definitely understand, like, Blueface isn't the guy who's going to change culture, but he's definitely going to be in that.
In 5 years, we'll forget about him.
You think so?
I really do.
Especially
I don't know. People say that about Tekashi, and that man's...
Only thing we remember about Tekashi is he's a rat.
No, what? His run
was better than...
His run was crazy.
His run was actually better than Blueface's, though.
Yeah.
How many hits does Tekashi have? A lot. 20 hits. Yeah. Tekashi, when he hit, people can talk about the trash they want about Tekashi, but when he hit, he did it. He did that. Yes, we might not like him now because, you know, street code, he broke the rule, whatever. But at the end of the day, the man did what he did and he did it well. And you know what? He still survived.
Yeah.
So anybody can talk all they want, but
buying all them goddamn Birkins.
I don't see his house going into foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him having to do you know a little strange for a little change. You feel me?
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of stuff Blueface is having to do. I'm just questioning. I'm just being honest.
He posts his OnlyFans, and his OnlyFans is crazy.
Bro, you're slinging something on OnlyFans. I'm just being real with him, like. OnlyFans. Boosie has an OnlyFans. What's so special?
I mean, if you're making money, you're making money.
You're making money, but he ain't making that much money.
Yeah, if your house going foreclosure.
If your house is going in foreclosure, you're not making that much money.
But I thought his record label owned that house.
They say that this is from an official source of ACK. You know, I was watching ACK, and ACK says somebody else owns the house, and right now ACK is trying to buy it. So we're gonna see how this goes down. I'm betting all my stuff on ACK because I think ACK is just gonna buy it to be petty.
The Super Crip house.
The
Super.
I'll put it like this: if I was Big ACK, I would do the same thing. Buy it. Be as petty as possible.
He better
be 50 cent petty. Be where you're a gorilla walking down the street with your hooves just dragging on the floor. Be petty, bro. Because you know what? That man said he got more money than you and all that trash, and his house is in foreclosure. And he said you rent your house when you done? Oh, time to show him up. It is what it is. Yeah. He wants to act like he's making all that money. Like I said, I compare him to the Island Boys. That's the only person he can compete with now because they're both fake.
Oh yeah, they was arguing on Instagram. That shit was wild.
And I looked at him like, bro, why? Why stoop to that level? Now you've really hit rock bottom if you're gonna argue with the Island Boys.
I don't even think Island Boys make music, do they?
They don't make. Well, if you want to call it that, Yeah, they did.
They did?
Yeah,
got
Kodiak
me off
Red.
stage.
What?
Kodiak Red is the one who's the rap out of Oregon, and then they had that I'm an island boy trying to make it. You know, yeah, you know.
I hope that's
I
not
grew up.
considered music.
I grew up in Florida, and we do not claim them.
I grew up in Florida. I don't claim them.
We don't claim them. We just, sometimes that's
Cuba claims them.
they sometimes there's that cousin that you all just don't. Yeah, you just low. That's it. You know what I mean? They did.
But Blueface,
Blueface.
I think he can bounce back from this though.
I don't know.
He still has all the attention.
And then he makes himself look worse in front of everybody because if she does a DNA test and those twins come out to be yours, bro.
She knows they're hers.
And he knows they're his.
Because she's been pregnant with his kids
and she's
before,
had so many.
And she's gotten abortions because he asked her to.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Because remember, she was crying. She was crying and pissed off.
The latest baby mama had a kid.
Yep.
And she even went on video and said it. She was like, "Oh, you want to know what hurts is that you go out and have a baby with this bitch, but you tell me to get rid of the kids."
That's
his whole thing right now is he's pissed off because she chose to keep these ones.
But he doesn't respect her. He just sees her as a opportunity.
Cow.
Opportunity.
But
that's why I think he's a little sociopathic.
Both of them are using each other to a certain degree. When she first got with him, she was using him to get money to better her family. That's what she says on the CD. Remember, she said she started singing whatever. So to a certain degree, they all came into this, but then she fell for the dude, and then he brainwashed her to the extent where she feels.
I don't know how.
She feels. If you look at her, she feels she can't do any better. She feels like he is it. He's everything. Yeah. I don't understand why, because I'm like, there's so many other singers out there.
But look at the psychology of it. How many tattoos she put on herself. Yeah. All this shit she embarrassed.
She took out her tooth because he said she was acting brand new because she had gotten a new tooth. So she went and physically pulled it out.
Yeah, that girl nuts.
When I saw that, I looked at people like, this girl needs to be in an institution. And y'all are over here hyping her up like, oh my God, Bisha. No, oh my God, go and give her something to cool the hell down. Give her some Vicodin or something. I don't know what you gotta give her.
She needs them Britney meds.
Man.
Them Britney meds.
She does. She needs lithium or something, bro. Something is wrong with that girl, and something's wrong with him. Everybody tries to make it seem like, oh, she abuses him, and that's why no. He is an enabler, and he's playing the victim for clicks. Mm-hmm. What he's trying to do is he's just making money off her. He doesn't care for this girl. He's actually hoping to document where the way it looked to me was he was trying to push her over the edge so she would do something drastic to herself, and then he could play the, oh my God, we didn't know, and make as much money off her and kick her to the curb. That's what he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. But now he then messed up and went and knocked the girl up.
Yeah. With the worst case scenario, if she actually does kill herself or do something crazy,
he wouldn't care.
Like, we all know Blueface is 98% responsible.
He wouldn't care. We all know he wouldn't care.
Yeah.
So I don't know why everybody acts like it's brand new. Blueface would not care. Blueface cares about Blueface, and that's all that matters.
But she's like 90% Blueface. Did you see her tats? That's like his artwork.
Her whole neck is Blueface. And then she has another tattoo in her nethers that says Blueface's name on it, she said.
But see, that's also a problem. Like, when you get tattoos like that, like, that leaves you with no other option than dating market. Like, who's going to really take you seriously?
You can get it covered up.
You can get it covered up.
Her whole neck.
Yeah, the throat one. Yeah,
the throat one, she's out of there because they went into so much detail on that tattoo.
She got
no way of covering it up unless
tattoos.
you paint it black all the way on the back and make it look like a choker. That's pretty much. It's like she
might as well become dark skinned. Her whole body up.
And then the stupid part about it is, like, I look at Blueface and I'm like, okay, you're over here, you got another case in Cali, then you go to Vegas and you catch another case over there, then you go to here, and then who's the one who's crying to get you released? Her. Who's the one who's in court with WAP 100 begging the judge to get you out? Her. But yet you dog her out and treat her like she's a piece of scum.
Well, in his eyes, he already has a family. He already has a baby mama. He already has a kid.
Yeah and no. I mean, You sold this dream to the girl. Now what are you gonna do? Because like I told you, if she has a DNA test, and he did it.
You think that kid's gonna live long enough for a DNA test?
I don't think so because of the way she's acting. She's acting like a juvenile, trying to get into fights while she's pregnant, doing all this, and I'm pretty sure she's still sipping on cognac like it ain't nothing right now.
Yeah, because I'm really worried that she might have, a miscarriage, just because the lifestyle she's living.
The lifestyle she's living and the way she's acting are two different things. She's not stable enough for this. So we just gotta pray and hope that everything works out. At the end of the day, I don't ever want to see nobody go through nothing bad, but she needs to make a change. Both of them need to make a change.
Yeah.
Firstly,
as much as I want to blame it all on Blueface, like, come on, Krishan, like, you should have known better. Like, you should have known
I said that
better.
earlier, that both of them are unstable. Both of them...
Like, if you're a young artist and you're going to LA to pursue a certain lifestyle, at some point you got to realize, like, if you have talent, you shouldn't be selling yourself to be pimped out.
Man, she was an athlete. She was an athlete, and she went and threw it all down the drain to become a groupie. That's the sad part about it. When you really look at her, like, okay, so you're just a glamorized groupie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so you threw your whole life away for that? To be a groupie to a star who only has a handful of hits. Wow. And so that you can say you want a reality show that frankly wasn't like anything special.
Yeah.
It's not like she was in like Love and Hip Hop or nothing like that. Love and Hip Hop, you can build a career through it. Look at Cardi. That's where she started.
Yeah.
Would you believe that was the Cardi we saw in Love and Hip Hop? No.
No.
But this one, I mean, she just got worse. She went on as a sweet girl and came out as trash. Like, it didn't even make sense. Like, how do you go so backwards? I mean, when you start making money, you're supposed to, like, better yourself.
Yeah, get some class.
Get some class. She just went from church girl to hood rat.
But I definitely think most of it's under Blueface's instructions.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, honestly, if it's under... The thing is, he doesn't want to take any responsibility for it. When he was on No Jumper, he blamed it all on her parents. He said that they didn't teach her how to be a good person and all this other stuff. He was talking mad trash because she wasn't there.
No, what the parents messed up is teaching her about guys like him. That's where they messed up.
Yeah, because her dad and her mom split, and then the mom married a second guy who come and was beating all of their asses, even the mama. Yeah. So all she knows is being violent. And
then the stupid part about it is like I say, I just don't see what this man sees in her. Dude, she beat up your mom. I don't care if your mom wasn't worth it, was a dope fiend or whatever. She beat your mom up, man.
Yeah.
Have some respect for yourself and your family. But nah, he thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say the guy's not a good guy, man. To me, he's trash. I'm sorry. You can say I'm biased. It is what it is. I just want to ask y'all, like, subscribe, and comment. Tell us what you think. If you think I'm being too biased, so be it. I will take that out.
And we might make a part 2. We'll see.
We'll see.
Like and subscribe.